everybody, I'm John. This is my channel, Elite Gamers United. Hoping you are enjoying my new format. Pardon me, it's getting over a little, little sore throat, a little hacking and coughing. Not COVID, so don't worry. But I'm doing a new type of video specific for these three games. It's a triple threat comparison / review of F1 live information, Sega Rally, and Sega Touring Car. All three I'm using the import versions because that's what I have for the Sega Saturn. We're going to go head to head, see which one's the good, which is the bad, and which one is the crap. And which one deserves another look. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. We're going to get started with a side by side of the visuals. Okay? Enjoy, everyone. Here we go. Okay, guys. Visually, let's start with Sega Touring Car. This game has some terrible lack of or half a Z buffer. The texture work is the only decent thing. Car models are chunky. The draw distance is pretty much all over the place with no consistency. It doesn't look as good as it should have compared to its arcade brother. F1 is a great looking F1 game on the Saturn. Very nice track design, real world tracks, great car models. A pretty smooth frame rate, only a hiccup here or there. It's got a couple of transparencies that are good and a few that are iffy. Comparatively, though, Sega Rally is the winner in this race visually. Solid frame rate, beautiful track design, beautiful track textures and models, and a great draw distance make this game stand out above the rest. And the car models are mwah. In the sound department, F1 clearly has the most accurate sounding of the cars, more or less. The high-pitched whizzing / engine noise that a Formula One race car makes is replicated pretty damn well here. The music also is not that bad. It's pretty decent, but the main highlight, the true highlight of this game is the commentary, which I will be showing you in a few seconds after I talk about the other two games. This game's commentary is all real time. Being that it's in Japanese, I don't speak Japanese per se, but it sounds like it's pretty on point and accurate. Most racing games today don't give you commentary of this caliber and quality. So to have it in '96, it was really something special. Next, Sega Touring Car. Okay. The music tracks in this, there's nothing memorable. It's not great, it's not bad. The cars sound okay, but it's just lacking something. It's lacking more of a more bravado, I guess we could say. It does nothing special, it tries nothing new, it does not do anything bad, but it doesn't do anything good in the sound department. Lastly, we have Sega Rally, which has a pretty good navigator, which in rally racing, a navigator tells you if you got left turns, right turns, what's coming up. On point, accurate, sounds pretty authentic. The music is pretty quality. It's right up there with Daytona in the audio department for having good music. Can't say anything bad about the cars either. Sega Rally's cars, they sound pretty damn accurate to their real life counterparts. The sound design of the game is well represented. It's just a wonderful rally racing game through and through. Here's 20 seconds of F1 live commentary.
コースへの復帰は大丈夫だデーモンヒル。ただいまレース前半ポイント圏外を走行していますデーモンヒル。いつもの堅実な走りはどこへ行ってしまったんでしょうか。前半から中盤にかけてどういったドライビングが展開されるんでしょうか。チーム側も現在のヒルのポジションに。
Which now brings us to the controls. With Sega Touring Car, if you didn't notice by watching the gameplay, I was slipping, sliding, and spinning out, fishtailing all over the track. Even when I tuned the car properly with the couple of settings that this game does offer, which is fine, being an arcade racer, I could not get these cars to stick to the track and to have control over them. I also have read online back in the day that even with the steering wheel, the racing column, still, the game just has some pretty big control issues. It's as if they didn't care. Next, F1. F1 really has great control setup. I can tell when my tires' grips are worn because you feel it, and you'll notice you start to slip and fishtail out, which in F1, it's important to have very good tires with good grip. So pit lane is a must. The controls for F1, solid. The cars handle the way they should. They handle great when the tires are new. They start to loosen up and start to slip when the tires get worn down. I think it's a real good representation of what Formula One race cars go through on a track. Going over to Sega Rally, well, Sega Rally is Sega Rally. It controls like a dream. The cars handle the way they should. You can tweak certain things in the terms of handling, front suspension, rear suspension, even the blow-off valve, which I thought was pretty cool. I haven't figured out what it does yet, though, when you change it to open or closed in terms of games mechanics. So, of the three games, I think F1 and Sega Rally accurately represent their field of racing very well, even if you're not using a steering wheel or an arcade race column on the Saturn. Sega Touring Car, what the hell happened? Man, you dropped the ball in every fucking department. There's no forgiveness for that, Sega Touring Car. And that's why you did not get any more games after this one. Lastly, the fun factor and the replayability. So let's start with Sega Touring Car. The replayability, you're never going to want to play this game again. The graphics could have been amazing. The controls should have been a no-brainer. The game should have been a lot of fun, just like other racing games, the famous ones. But it's not. Sega Touring Car, I am labeling you the bad and the ugly. Next, I'd like to go over to F1 Live Information. This is a game that released in America under the name F1 Racing, if I'm correct. Put me in the comments and tell me if I'm wrong or not and what the name was if it's not F1 Racing. Anyway, with great tracks, real life tracks I should say, wonderful visuals, spot on handling, the degradation of the tires and the noticeability of it and how progressive it gets, and the wonderful, awesome, spot on, I wish I knew what they were saying commentary, F1 Live Information. You are a completely unexpected surprise, and I love you for that. I am labeling you the good. Well, we finally come down to it. Sega Rally, the last game remaining. With Sega Touring Car being the bad and the ugly, and F1 Live being the good, where does that leave Sega Rally? Well, I'll tell you where it leaves Sega Rally. Sega Rally, you are never going to be as good as